Welcome to Destination X, Episode 1. I'm your host, Risky, and this is your host, Cordell.
So right now we're in the Cascade Mountains at Stevens Pass, the site of one of the most devastating train wrecks in American history.
96 people lost their lives when lightning struck the top of Windy Mountain, causing an avalanche that took out 2 trains.
Yeah, those 2 trains, one was carrying mail and the other one was full of passengers.
They were actually stranded in Wellington for over a week. Witnesses said they heard the dull roar turn into a deafening boom as the avalanche took out 2 trains, throwing them 100 feet down a ravine and burying them in 40 feet of snow.
So right now we're actually standing in the snow sheds that were built after the disaster to protect the other trains from the avalanche.
Yeah, at a cost of $680,000, which in today's money is at the bottom of your screen there. The idea was to protect the trains from, future avalanches. But what ended up happening is they bypassed the snow shed entirely on the other side of the river, ended up bypassing the town of Wellington, turning it into a ghost town. This is the actual site of the disaster, and just below me is the ravine, which is where you'll find pieces of the train still left over. Our mission, which we've chosen to accept, is to kind of shimmy our way down this very steep ravine and see if we could do some exploring down there, maybe find some pieces of the train and experience a little piece of history. Cordell's afraid of heights, so we'll see how this goes. Yeah.
Yes, I made it, guys. Yeah, I was super scared. This is steep. I don't do heights that well. But then this other dude came and he didn't even look down. He just grabbed the rope and started going down. I was like, man, that's obviously the only way to do it. So I just grabbed it and started going down. And now I'm here. Look at all this metal. Oh, get how deep that is, bro. Look how deep it's buried in the metal or in the ground. It's buried into the ground. I guess 100 years, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
That.
What's that? Huh?
Right there. It's part of the steps to get up on the train.
Both the power and beauty of nature are on display on this hike. Near the beginning, if you start at the Wellington trailhead, you'll find a viewpoint that overlooks the site of the disaster. Down below, twisted pieces of the train are scattered around, slowly becoming reclaimed by the forest. A reminder of a century-old tragedy.
On March 1st, 1910, early in the morning, an avalanche roars down Windy Mountain near Stevens Pass in the Cascade Mountains, taking with it 2 Great Northern trains and 96 victims. This was one of the worst train disasters in American history. Here, at this spot, 100 years later, the impact of that day still echoes on. Wow. Said, remember me as you pass by. Where you are now, so once was I.
You did it. You read that shit.
The Iron Goat Trail is 9 miles of scenic mountains, rivers, wilderness, waterfalls, and wildlife deep in the Cascade Mountains. It follows the former route of the Great Northern Railroad, abandoned in the 1920s. This hike has you take an introspective look through history as you walk through abandoned tunnels and railroad structures left to disintegrate after the route was deserted.
So one thing to be mindful of while you're hiking the Iron Goat Trail is the plant life. And as we have here, this is called the stinging nettle. The stinging nettle, known scientifically as the Urtica dioica, or just the common nettle, is a weedy perennial plant of the nettle family. The stinging trichomes of the leaves break off when brushed against, revealing needle-like tubes that pierce the skin. They inject a mix of acetylcholine, formic acid, and histamine, causing an itchy, burning rash that can last up to 12 hours. Be mindful as you walk the trail.
It's the bugs, man. I'm getting eaten alive by... mosquitoes. But you know, every journey has its mosquitoes. Let's keep going.
So the railroad used to run right through where we're walking right now. So if anyone's looking for a good flashlight, Phoenix.
Not sponsored.
Yeah, we're not sponsored by Phoenix at all, but they are dope.
Oh man, yeah, they are. Wait, hold on. Turn your flashlight off. Here's mine.
I don't know if this. I encountered bears on this trail, big elk, and one dude said that he's seen a couple wolves on this trail. This is our like what, 4th time here or something. We haven't encountered anything yet, but we are in the middle of the Cascades, so. Yeah. Feel the wind?
Yeah.
Feel it?
Man. Oh shit.
So
super muddy.
Super muddy. There's water falling from there's water dropping from the rock ceiling. Ooh, super muddy, super wet. And very cold. You can feel the wind coming through here. Oh crap. Be careful moving too much in here.
Yeah.
Can you go down there? Look.
This is a ventilation shaft bored deep into the mountain, also known as the adit. It was used as a shortcut for the workers as they built the tunnels. Over time, the adit has collapsed. For your safety, do not enter the adit.
The Iron Goat Trail is just up Highway 2 and just east of the small town of Skykomish. A choose-your-own-adventure hike, it has 3 trailheads of varying difficulty. Along the trail, you'll find helpful introspective signage telling the fascinating story of this Pacific Northwest location.
This is Destination X. Thank you for tuning into this episode, The Iron Goat Trail. If you want to see more adventures, please consider subscribing and ring that bell. Also, let us know in the comments what you think should be our next destination.